The mid-air collision near Washington, Donald Trump chose to pull the country apart rather than together. After declaring it to be an hour of anguish for our nation, Trump just 5 minutes later tried to blame diversity policies promoted by Presidents Biden and Obama for the crash.
The FAA's diversity and inclusion hiring plan, which says diversity is integral to achieving FAA's mission of ensuring safe and efficient travel. I don't think so. I think it's just the opposite.
Can we play more?
You can play more. Play some more.
Donald Trump says he knows DEI is to blame because he has common sense.
Yeah, he has common sense. The most ignorant statement from a president in a very horrific moment for the nation. It's been 20 years since we've had an airline tragedy like this.
No survivors.
No survivors. 60 plus families in mourning, a nation shocked and in mourning. And this man wants to blame prior administrations' DEI policies. He wants to set a blame narrative in place as the nation is trying to grip itself around the idea of what just happened. We see now the images. People are watching the planes collide, the explosion. You know what's happening there. And he has that to offer us. This insensitive, cold response to an American moment. Folks, we've seen this so many times before, and it's, for me, I'm really trying to be good with my language here because I can't.
There are families that are in pain right now.
There are families that are in pain right now, and out of respect for them, I'm not going to share exactly what I think about the man sitting in the White House at this moment. But I think we all should walk away feeling less supported and less lifted up around his comments. So let's look to each other to support these families and the communities that are affected, and not deal with the individual who clearly has no sensitivity or heart regarding the tragedy in front of the country.
I want people to ensure that they know that we are not making this up. Let's just play what Donald Trump said.
And you have today blamed the diversity elements, but then told us that you weren't sure that the controllers made any mistake. You then said perhaps the helicopter pilots were the ones who made the mistake.
It's all under investigation.
I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
I fully believe that people are asking the wrong questions in that White House briefing room. And, you know, when I used to work at the White House, I was never, you never tell reporters what to ask.
Right.
But to be very clear, for the President of the United States to come out and say, well, this is about DEI, DEI did this. The first question to the President is, what is DEI, Mr. President? When you say DEI, what are you talking about? Because what does he mean DEI did this? Black people did this? Latino people did this? Women did this? A gay person did this? A trans person did this? What exactly are you saying? And I think it is, like, look, the Donald Trump that we saw from that podium that day, this is who he has always been. He is excruciatingly consistent. And despite that rabid consistency, everyone from reporters, people who host shows, members of Congress, people who have voted for him, have worked to rationalize what we have heard and saw from him and suggest to us that with one more experience, he's going to change. He is not changing. This is who he is, and so may this be the day. I tweeted this yesterday. May this be the day that people take Donald Trump for who he is at face value and then start dealing with him accordingly. We cannot give him the benefit of the doubt. He has not earned it.
You can't. And the fact that, somehow DEI equals mediocrity and incompetence and failure, that's what he wants to level up. And so, again, I think the country needs to understand what we're dealing with here. You're dealing with a man who doesn't give a damn about you. or your pain.
There's a lot of people like him in the country.
I would also layer on to
lot.
this that what it does when he distracts us is it papers over the real issue, which is you do have aviation experts saying we are at capacity and we need to rethink the way we do this. So the fact that he points to something that is not the problem also distracts us.
Maybe he shouldn't have let his friend Elon Musk push out the FAA administrator within
that
the
would've
first
helped.
24 hours of his administration.
yeah.
How about they ask about that in the briefing room?
We
Maybe it
clearly
wasn't
have-
DEI. Maybe it was just sheer incompetence by the incoming administration.
Mediocrity. Bringing merit back, right?